Here lives our neighbor, the one that saved my dad's life. She usually sees him every day jogging through one window. This morning she says, well, I saw him running through one of the windows, but I didn't see him through the other one. So she came back to check on him. Well, he was holding his chest and he couldn't breathe. He collapsed right here, and he turned on his back trying to do a little massage. It seems like 2 or 3 minutes later he died.
The day was May 14th, 2003. 12 days earlier, uninsured, Ivan Mihaylova had gone to the doctor with chest pains. Diagnosed with anxiety, he was sent home with tranquilizers and told not to worry. For the next year, Mihaylova, his family and friends would face the fight of a lifetime.
First day they told us that his right side of the brain was damaged, so he's in persistent vegetative stage. And what we recommend you guys is to shut down the life support machine because it's bad to keep him like this.
They were given 5 days to make a decision. Prayer, the internet, and books led them not to do it. His wife Luba, Maria, and her sister Rumi, a special needs teacher who had worked with children with brain injuries, began to watch him like hawks.
And when I walked in, I kind of felt that he followed me with the, with his eyes, and I was like, no, it's my desire, And then this same afternoon, I saw Rumi, my sister, talking to his ear all the time, like something. Look at me. She was looking like crazy, I mean, all of us were looking like crazy, but she was, look at me, 10 times. And I was like, what happened? What are you saying? And she said, well, I think he followed me with his eyes.
In a coma for a month, he slowly began to wake up. And for the following months, the two sisters and mothers worked with him when he would wake up and taped his every move to prove their point to the doctors. Their father would make it. Besides learning English to communicate with doctors and nurses in just 3 months, Rumi, who speaks fluent Bulgarian and Spanish, read diligently.
I think we read every single book and every single web page about coma and about vegetative stage, because we need to be, first of all, sure about how is he in this moment. I will be the teacher, and I will start to work about reactions like teacher.
And along with her mother and sister, they worked as a team, calling him and forcing him to look at them, forcing him to touch their hands, improving his reflexes and muscle strength. Then came a turning point. A month after he woke up from the coma, a kiss to his wife. Luba had been married to Ivan for 34 years. They had met as children when they both began to train in gymnastics in their native Bulgaria. Inseparable, the illness was taking its toll on her.
And this day I saw his eyes, he watching me like, hey, I'm happy I'm here. And it's so hard. And I sit in front of him, I said, if he thinking something like this, he appreciate and he'll love, he'll like because it's in the life, he like this, he gonna reaction somewhere. And then I sit in front of him and said, hey, Ivan, can you give me one kiss?
Ivan, дай ти цунку, дай ми на цунку, дай ми на цунку. Oh my God.
This was significant because after the kiss, doctors authorized his angioplasty to open up an artery that was 99% closed, so he could start intensive therapy.
Yes.
With no money to pay medical bills, hundreds of letters, cards, and funds began to pour in, but not enough to cover all the cost. It was his family that gave up working to dedicate to his physical and occupational therapy full-time, since they could not afford medical care. Mihaylova, better known as Coach Ivan, is beloved in the gymnastics community. Along with his wife, a national champion in Bulgaria, he had coached female Olympians in Bulgaria, Mexico, and the United States. But now it was his family who had to do the hard work.
We started with physical therapy. It's pretty much 2 hours of standing up by himself, lifting his legs and walking around. It is a drama too because it's very painful for him. So he hates us at this moment, and then he falls asleep again. And then when he wakes up, it's the occupational therapy of undress yourself, tie your shoes, write your name, let's read this, let's go out. Especially the one therapy that it's taking us so long now, it's get him back to the social life, because he's very ashamed of what happened to him.
Only 6 months after being in a coma, his gymnasts and their families welcomed Ivan Mihaylova, known for never giving up, to the gym for a surprise reception. His family wants him to see his gymnast, and perhaps this will lift his spirits.
Very well.
Bill Austin is the gym's owner and a friend.
He really knows the sport, and he's lived it from every level, from beginner to Olympic champions. He actually has a couple skills named after his gymnasts that he invented. He's a loving coach. He really cares for the kids, and he cares for every kid, not just the better ones.
The family praises all his friends who prayed for their father's miraculous recovery. Tita Austin, Bill's wife, came to the hospital every day to say her miracle prayer.
We all need to focus and believe that, we can do something, and we are very strong at it. We can.
Okay, bye.
Now rehabilitating in Mexico, it's been a year and 4 months since he was in a coma. And for a man whose family was told he had 1% chance of recovery, Coach Ivan Mihaylov walked the talk and fought back right along with his family.
And we find out from other people how important faith is, and how important your family, and who is everybody, and what is your base in life, and what kind of personality the patients have. Something that we were very sure is that if anybody on this earth that is going to fight it till the end, it's my dad. No question asked.
Не? Я напиши числото 1.
If we are together, we can do anything. Anything. This is a fact.
Bravo, vês cá
For more information, you can call Maria Mihaylova at 281-546-2807. And why would people want to call her right now?
Well, Maria wants to start a nonprofit for people and their families with brain injuries. Also because I didn't know this, but Blue Cross Blue Shield has a Texas risk pool insurance. If you already have a pre-existing condition, I didn't know you could still get insurance. So that's interesting. And, Blue Cross Blue Shield provides that. You can check that on their website. But what I wanted to say is that Ivan Mihaylov is still rehabilitating. He does the rehabilitation here in Houston with his daughters. They're still trying to help him get his strength back. But he still suffers from a little depression and short-term memory loss. And so he goes to Mexico back and forth to kind of cheer up. But that's part of the issue. What I think is amazing, though, about this story that really moved me was the family. The family values, the idea that your family can come together, and with love you can help somebody make it through something so tragic.
Amazing story. Thank you very much,
Thank
Patty.
you.